Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Joe Flash, and oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. It has been such a long time since the last time I done a reaction video. As you all know, I hardly do reaction videos nowadays because I've been trying to limit my downtime with videos because, ever since earlier this year, I told you guys that I unfortunately have 2 copyright strikes on this channel. I've been limiting my video time on YouTube ever since, so if I get a 3rd strike, my channel will be disabled. So I've been trying to avoid myself from making as much videos as I used to because I'm just hoping for the best that, I don't end up making another mistake. But sooner or later, this channel probably will be discontinued one day in the future because once you're up there with 2 strikes, then your chances of your channel continuing on is at jeopardy, you know what I'm saying? So I've been trying to limit downtime with videos, and I've been trying to be a little more careful with them. I've been trying to, give credit to the original owners from now on. Whenever I make a new video, I try to give credit to the original owners because I didn't know that beforehand until I discovered it earlier this year. I just didn't know. But anyway, I did set up, as you may also know if you guys didn't hear about the news earlier this year. Excuse me, a little tired. But I did also tell you guys that I created a second YouTube channel to keep my YouTube legacy and career alive in case this channel gets disabled. So I have 2 YouTube channels now. This is my first and main channel right now, Joe Flash 6.7. And then I have a second and new YouTube channel. Well, it's not new. It's already been out for like a few months now. But you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I have a second channel, and that will continue on with my YouTube legacy and career alive, and, I'll eventually continue doing what I do here on this channel, on that channel, whenever I get the chance. But I will be limiting my video time there on that channel as well, because it's really mostly because I've been trying to avoid myself from getting copyright strikes over certain videos that I want to check out, and at the same time, I've just been, for some reason, been doing other stuff, and it's been really boring, and for some reason, every single weekend when I have the opportunity to do YouTube videos, I, for some reason, just don't do them, or I just don't think about doing them, and, I just keep doing what I've been doing. That's been super boring, and I really should, be making more videos over the weekends, I really probably should. But for some reason I don't. I'm sorry, it's just my nails. Anyway, so I'm sorry, like I said, my nail. But anyway, so I'm back. So the last time I did a voice comparison reaction video, it was, I don't remember what month it was in exactly, but I know that it was the Spider-Man voice comparison updated version by Generation West. It was my 3rd time reacting to it because I already reacted to it 2 previous times. I reacted to the first, one, the video in 2019, then reacted to it the next year in 2020, to celebrate late Spider-Man Day that year, and then I did the same earlier this year to celebrate late Spider-Man Day yet again. It was my 3rd time reacting to the Spider-Man voice comparison updated video by Generation West, and then after that, I decided to continue celebrating late Spider-Man Day by checking out multi-dimensional spider characters for late Spider-Man Day, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so it was going to be wondering if I was whether or not going to continue the voice comparison reaction videos because, pretty much after I completed the Mortal Kombat franchise characters, I pretty much said that I wasn't really sure if I was going to do any more voice comparison reaction videos anymore or not, but I made my decision. I'm still going to continue, though. So I'm back with not only doing more reaction videos, but with doing more voice comparison reaction videos, so I'm back. So obviously the next franchise of characters I could think about to do for voice comparisons is Marvel and DC because, everybody knows Marvel and DC, and, they got some of the, between Marvel and DC, their voice comparison reaction videos, there's plenty of them on YouTube, and there's a lot between both DC and Marvel, because there are plenty of superheroes and supervillains in both the Marvel and DC universe, so it's going to be really hard to, try to do all of them, but I'll try to do as many as I can. So I'm going to start with Marvel first, because I like Marvel better than DC, and, a lot of people know the Marvel franchise is more than the DC, so I'm going to start with Marvel. Only 2 characters I've done in the Marvel franchise so far for voice comparison reaction videos were Spider-Man and then Captain America. I did Captain America, I think, in 2020. I think it was in 2020, if I'm not mistaken, to celebrate 4th of July Day. I think. I'm not positively sure, but I think. I'm just not. Never mind. So for the next character of the Marvel superheroes that I will be checking out, you already see who it is on the background, and you already can tell who it was by the name of the video, by the title of this video, and even by the thumbnail as well, so you already know who it is. It's none other than the invincible armored hero himself, Anthony Stark, who, as many of us know him better as Tony Stark, his nickname, but it's the one and only genius billionaire playboy philanthropist himself, It's the one and only Iron Man. Yes, Iron Man, ladies and gentlemen. Iron Man, another fan favorite Marvel superhero, another hero that many people cannot doubt. He is incredible. He is just another classic. Iron Man has gone on to be one of the most popular superheroes ever since. He's had quite the career for himself over the years. A lot of people really love Iron Man. He even really has made great success over the years with like animated series, video games, or just every appearance that involves around him. Probably some of his best work that he's ever had was in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. At that time, what I'm saying, the Marvel Cinematic Universe really has started to like approach people for Iron Man. He's had a lot of success and was very popular. He was a very popular Marvel superhero in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is really great. It's great stuff. He's just another all-time classic that no one can ever go wrong with. And I don't really know anybody that does not like Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? You just can't go wrong with him. He's got a lot. He's a billionaire. He's very funny as well every once in a while, especially he's very funny in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU. And, he's just a great guy. He can make you laugh. He's just quite the hero. You know what I'm saying? He's just an amazing person with just the fact he's got so many different armored suits over the years. And, he's just always coming prepared. Sometimes, he doesn't even always need to physically be there in battle. He can control the armor without him being in it, which is pretty incredible. But yeah, Iron Man's really just not someone you can't doubt against, you know what I'm saying? You really cannot doubt him. So, I don't really have anything else much to say about him. Other than that, I think I'm just going to go right ahead and get into this video. I'm ready to get this started, because if y'all don't even know, it's actually 10:57, so it's about to get late, so, it's about to be 11 o'clock, and pretty soon in another hour at 12, it'll be midnight, so I really don't have a lot of time to waste, as I'll be heading to bed real soon, because I have a day in college tomorrow. This weekend, we had a 3-day weekend, because last Friday we actually had the day off because of teacher conference here in my location, what I'm saying, so we had teacher conference here. Thursday, that's why Thursday we had early release on Thursday, so we got out of college at 12, and we just went straight home in the afternoon as soon as then. Usually at 12, is when we have to be at our jobs, and then we work till like close to 2 o'clock, and then we go home at about, depending on who goes home first and which end, because some of us go home at 3 and some of us go home at 4, because it depends on how far they are and who gets dropped off first. Usually I get home usually after I get out of work, I don't get home till an hour at 4 or 5 usually, because everybody else is getting dropped off first, and then I'm the second to last to be dropped off. So that's how it works, but it's okay, it's no big deal. Anyway, so yeah, it was a pretty good one, like I said. So instead, Thursday we just went straight home after, lunch was over, and then, because usually we have lunch first before we go to our job. So we had lunch and we just went straight home afterwards, and then we just did all that. Friday was off, so just spent the weekend, we just chilled and just did, I guess, whatever we just could do, what I'm saying, I guess, even though that sounds a little weird when you put it like that, but never mind. But we're back with another week, so, tomorrow I have another day. I'm actually looking forward to Tuesday, because Tuesday my college is actually having a fall festival / Halloween party there. So it's called Fall Festival, but it's actually a Halloween party, so can't wait to go there. There's going to be free games and activities there that are looking like they're going to be a lot of fun. I have the invitation. I got the invitation. It looks incredibly fun. My best friend Alex, who some of you may remember was in my previous videos before in the past when I reacted to My Little Pony related videos, Alex Gonzalez, who's a brony like me. He's my best friend. He's going to be taking me with him to Navarro College, the Fall Festival. Yeah. Because obviously if I'm going to go anywhere outside of Red Oak, I need a ride, because ever since early this year, it's always been vehicle transportation issues, the truck that we have, the engine is just so old, it just can't be fixed, so, it's going to be a long while before, a vehicle will ever be used in where we live, you know what I'm saying, but it's okay, it's no big deal, even though it is getting a little annoying that I always have to keep asking people for transportation if I ever want to go anywhere, but never mind. Forget that. Point is, I'm going to make it to the Fall Festival Tuesday. It should be a lot of fun. If you guys remember my video that I posted, my last video that I made, I posted the video where I unboxed and, unwrapped my mail from eBay of my Spider-Man No Way Home finale suit, costume, Halloween costume, and, I I tried it on for you guys, and it looked incredible. I can't wait to dress up in that costume again for the Halloween party. I really cannot wait at all. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then next Tuesday, my friend Andrea is going to invite me to her house. Is inviting me to her house for her Halloween party. She's having at her house on October the 29th, just 2 days before Halloween Day. So can't wait for that too. It should be a lot of fun. I'll be dressing up as Spider-Man yet again. I'm really glad that I got the suit. I really am in love with the Spider-Man costume. I really can't wait to dress up in it again. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. I really just cannot wait, y'all. But anyway, besides all that, there's not really much else I can say. You know, this week does look like it's going to be a fun week, you know, what's coming up and what's not. So it should be a fun week, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and get into this. Sorry if I got off topic, and sorry if I kept y'all waiting for so long. Maybe when I post this video on my channel, maybe I'll probably go into Cape Cod and maybe I'll put in a texture letting y'all know what time the video starts. So way, you know, if y'all don't want to hear me talk, you know, you can just skip it to where I start the reaction. Some YouTubers do that. Maybe I should start doing that. But anyway, I'm done now. Enough talk. Let's go ahead and get into this. I should have already started this a few minutes ago, so I'm really sorry to keep y'all waiting. So let's lower the face cam, and now let's get into it, shall we? Without further ado, I'm just gonna say it. Like John Cena and Triple H always say, your time is up, my time is now, it's time to play the game. Let's go ahead and get right into this, shall we? Iron Man, voice comparison. Oh, and by the way, this is by Generation West, because if y'all do know, I react to voice comparison videos from two YouTubers, basically, Generation West and Behelit89. They're the videos I usually check out the most from voice comparison reaction videos. But there's others I've did as well, but it's mostly those two. But Generation West, for me, has the best ones because, well, if you guys hadn't seen my previous reaction videos to voice comparison videos, then you probably won't understand why I like Generation West is best. But if you have, then you know my reasoning behind it. But anyway, enough talk. Let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? Iron Man, voice comparison in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Cannot wait. This should be a good one. Alright. It's pretty quiet, actually. You know what? Maybe I better turn this inflatable off. I mean, I'm not going to be up for too much longer anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and plug it. Yeah, this is inflated. That was an inflatable pumpkin, by the way. I have two pumpkins, you know, stacked up one another. It's for Halloween because, you know, Halloween's coming up. My mom just put them in my room, like, during this weekend. You know, I put it up in my room with me because, you know, obviously it's not going to be worth putting them outside because I have cats, and, you know, if they scratch it, it's obviously going to be busted. But like I said, I'll be going to bed in an hour, so there's no point in keeping it on. But anyway, let's do it. And at the same time, it was kind of ruining my hearing, you know, because every time I usually have fans and stuff on, whenever I try to hear the voices in these videos, I for some reason can't hear them because of all the other noise around me. So I usually try to keep everything else off of fans and stuff. But someday I just need to learn to just, like, turn up the volume, you know what I'm saying, while that fan's on, because sometimes I still need to have a fan on even when I'm doing these videos because it'll make me hot. So you know what, maybe I just better do that. I'm going to turn my fan on so I can still get some air while I'm watching this video, because it wouldn't be a good idea because then I'd be sweating because I'm already feeling the heat coming from my forehead. So just turn up the video. Maybe. I'll say maybe.
I have to do this. I have to. It's the only way to make sure my designs.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, that's not bad. That's classic. I mean, even though I never watched the Iron Man animated series, but I did see that episode of Spider-Man, the animated series, where he appeared, you know, along with War Machine. You know, they took on Venom and Carnage, and then I do, because I have it on DVD, and then I do have a DVD of the Incredible Hulk animated series where I do have that one episode where Iron Man appeared as well. So, yeah, Robert Hayes was good. I mean, it's classic, you know, the 1990s stuff, so can't go wrong with it. So, yeah.
Your move, Repulsor Blast, Smart Bomb, Unibeam.
No. Sorry. No. That does not sound good at all. Listen to that.
Attack, Proton Cannon, Repulsor Blast, Smart Bomb, Unibeam.
No. Yeah, because I don't remember if I've talked about it before in my Spider-Man voice comparison reaction videos or my Captain America one, but for me personally, look, the Marvel vs. Capcom games, they're classics and they are a pretty good game, you know, they're good crossover games, you know, because a lot of people try to talk about what are good crossover games and what's not, but Marvel vs. Capcom was classic, you know, it's a classic crossover game, you know, the first one is, and I guess Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was alright as well, you know, I've seen videos on YouTube, they're pretty good and all, but the only thing that I can just see that's turning down on the classic games is the fact of the voice actors they chose for the Marvel superheroes in Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2. Because like I said, those games are classic and they're good, but classic arcade games, but it's just the voice actors they chose that the developers chose for the Marvel superheroes in those two Marvel vs. Capcom games, you know, 1 and 2. The voice actors they chose are just cringy as heck, you know, they just don't sound good. Well, some of them actually sound okay, and then some it's a maybe because it goes back and forth, and then some that really don't sound good. And one of the best examples for a character's voice, a Marvel character's voice not sounding good in Marvel vs. Capcom is this one right here. Yeah, Chris Britton, I got nothing to say. Just no, you already heard it. Just doesn't sound good. He doesn't even sound like Iron Man at all. Not even close, so it's a big fat no for this guy. Sorry. Which kind of sucks because, like I say, these are good games, and it just sucks that, you know, the Marvel superheroes have to have such cringy voice actors when they're being voiced by them whenever the moves are activated. It sucks. There are some that are good, like Spider-Man's voice actor wasn't actually that bad, and I think Captain America's was alright. I don't know if I remember ever giving it a thumbs up or if I gave it a maybe when I did my Captain America voice comparison reaction video or not, but there were a few others I thought was pretty bad because I've watched videos on YouTube of Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2, you know, seeing fights and all that, and I've heard the voices as well for some of the Marvel characters, and yeah, Iron Man's voice actor sounded bad. Venom was bad because he didn't get the demonic voice to sound like him. Hulk was really cringy and bad because he just sounded like a human. I mean, well, that's the point of the Hulk. He's a big, giant, green human, but he just didn't sound angry is what I'm trying to say. He didn't sound like an angry monster, you know what I'm saying? Even though he's not really a monster, but, you know, people call him a monster, you know what I'm saying? He didn't sound angry. He just sounded like a friendly Hulk, you know? Like, he sounded almost like if he was just as friendly as Superhero Squad's Hulk, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't like Superhero Squad, and, you know, that show was for kids anyway, so a lot of the characters were kind of made to, I guess, sound friendly just for the friendly kid audience. That's pretty much all I can say. Hulk, you know, his voice just... The voice actor that voiced Hulk for the Marvel vs. Capcom games, it just sounded really cringy and really bad because he just didn't sound angry. He just sounded super friendly, almost as much as like Superhero Squad's Hulk. So, yeah, it was bad. And this one's bad too. So, definite thumbs down for that. It really sucks because the developers really could have chosen some good voice actors for the Marvel superheroes and Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2 because those are great games, but it's just that they have to have such cringy voice actors for the Marvel superheroes. It sucks, honestly. It's kind of disappointing, you know? It's almost like that's the only downfall I can find in the first two Marvel vs. Capcom games is the voice actors for the Marvel superheroes. That kind of, like, takes the fun out of it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because the voice actors are just really, really bad. Some of them are. Like I said, some of them are good, and then some of them are kind of maybes, but then I feel most of them are bad, honestly, in my opinion. But I don't know that. I can't remember them all, but I can remember some pretty bad ones, like I just told you just now, Venom and Hulk, and then this one, Iron Man, so... yeah. I give it a double thumbs down for that matter, honestly.
Next time somebody tries to take on the Avengers, they should know better than to send in their flunkies. Stark Industries will want some answers, too. Let me know how I can help. Next time somebody tries to take on...
I'm sorry, I was fixing my camera. I couldn't hear that. Let me listen to it again.
Avengers. They should know better than to send in their flunkies. Stark Industries will want some answers, too. Let me know how I can help.
Maybe. I've never seen this before. It appeared in... Huh. Interesting. Iron Man making appearances in... Oh, you know what? Yes. Okay, now that just pulled off the Ultimate Alliance, yes. Yes. I was almost not sure about him at first, but now that this pulled up, Ultimate Alliance, yes. That's a great game. Marvel Ultimate Alliance is a great game. You can't go wrong with that game. I actually have it on the Wii system, but the disc is just old and it won't work anymore. Well, look, it still works, it does, but it's just when I get to a certain mission level, like pretty much when it gets to that mission where you have to like rescue Namor in his hometown, under the water, that's when it starts messing up. Like every time I go to that mission with Namor, the Submariner, when you're underwater, it always messes up there. And even when I bought a new disc, it still did the same thing. I guess it's probably because of the fact that I don't play it as much. Because, I think with some of the games that I own in the Wii, some of them don't work anymore because of how long I don't play them. And then, they get old, I guess, the dust and all that. Or I don't know. It just happens. Same thing happened with my Mario Party 8 disc for the Wii. And, it happened like I had to buy another disc and then it's messed up again. So I won't be able to play that game. I'm not even going to be bothered buying another disc. But Mario Party 8 was fun, and it's such a sad that I won't be able to get to play it anymore. And same with Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1, because I would have loved it, probably have played the game again. We played the whole game and try to finish it, you know what I'm saying? Because it was a great game. But then there's that. But anyway, yes, because Marvel Ultimate Alliance is a great game, so, of course. So like I said, I wasn't too sure at first, but once, the voice actor... But once they pulled up, once they pulled off John Saigon, if that's how you say his name, once they pulled up him, voicing him in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1, I was like, oh, okay, yes. I wasn't almost too sure at first, but yes, now that this pulled up, because, like I said, Marvel Ultimate Alliance was a great game.
If they destroy these relay dishes, it'll cut off the team's communications. If they try, we'll have to get through.
Yeah, sure. I haven't played that game in so long. Marvel Nemesis. It's such an old game. Honestly, I think that was an underrated game because I don't hear people talking about this game, Marvel. Because I don't hear a lot of people talk about that game, Marvel Nemesis: Rise of the Imperfects. I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. I'm pretty sure that game was pretty underrated, and I'm sure probably a lot of people maybe weren't a big fan of this game. I don't know, but I don't hear a lot of people talk about it, so probably this game was underrated, and it probably didn't live up to the hype for some people. I don't know, but it was not a bad game. I mean, I played a little bit of it on the PlayStation, but, it got harder for the story mode, which is when I got to a certain mission with Wolverine, and I never played it ever again. That's what happens sometimes. Sometimes when I get to a certain... Like, back as a kid, or sometimes even... I don't do it much anymore now that YouTube's around, but back when I was a kid, whenever I got to certain hard missions that I just couldn't get through and complete, I just ended up quitting, and I just declared never to play the game again, you know what I'm saying? So, it just took the fun out of it, you know what I'm saying? But anyway. But yeah, this guy is not bad. I'll give thumbs up to David K.
Your assistance is no longer required. I'll take care of this new character. He stole me first. You misunderstand me.
Oh, his voice changed.
It'll cut off the team's communications. If they try, they'll have to get through me first. You misunderstand me. Your assistance is no longer required.
Oh, his voice changed in this one. Okay.
He stole Tony Stark's property. He's Iron Man's problem.
Sounds evil in this one. He actually sounded kind of evil with the deeper voice. It's crazy. He got his voice changed in the Fantastic Four, whatever that was. But yeah, sounded kind of evil there. Oh, yes. Yes. Those are good movies, actually. Ultimate Avengers 1 and 2 were actually both good films. I feel like I'm not sure if a lot of people remember those movies either, but if you haven't seen Ultimate Avengers 1 and 2, you should go check them out, because those movies are actually good. Those are actually pretty good films. I like them both. I own them both on DVD as well. And yeah, Mark Warden, yeah, he did good. He has a good voice for Iron Man.
Alright, folks, that's all for today. I'm late for tuna.
Oh, and he voiced him in the Invincible Iron Man. Okay. I own that movie as well. To be fair, I never really watched that. I own that movie on DVD as well, but I never really intentionally watched the whole movie, honestly. I only just saw parts of it. I never really watched the whole movie. I don't know. I just didn't really care for it, to be fair. I don't know why. I feel like I should have watched this animated movie since I own it on DVD, but for some reason I never really cared, but alright.
I'm late for tuna. What do you want with me? I work.
Oh yeah, and I saw that movie, Planet Hulk. feel like a lot of people probably don't remember that movie either, but yeah, Iron Man did make a little appearance in the beginning of the movie because, in Planet Hulk, it's an alternate universe where Hulk gets banished from Earth, and then, the Avengers banished him to a planet, and then, Hulk goes on to find, a world where people understand him in a new planet. I think that's when he comes back to Earth, and then him and his new team swore revenge on the Avengers that banished him in the first place, which is what some people were believing, because there's recent rumors about it, with the She-Hulk attorney at law, with Hulk being gone, and, all that. It's rumored to be believed that they might be going with World War Hulk, or he might be banished to a world, and then he becomes the, he gets banished to a planet and all that. I don't know. There's a recent rumor going on with that, about the Hulk being in the MCU, but I don't know.
Ensign, you owe me $50. It works. Okay, Ensign, I'm heading your way.
Yeah, that's not good.
Get to the control center. I'll hold it off.
Oh.
I'll be right behind
yeah.
you.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking, because the way you just heard that voice, yeah, that sounded old. Well, that's because if you hadn't seen this movie, The Next Avengers, Heroes of Tomorrow, Tony Stark was actually old in this movie. This is like kind of an alternate timeline as well, where basically the Avengers had kids in the future, and the Avengers ended up getting killed by Ultron, and only a select few of them survived. Iron Man survived. The Hulk survived. Like, if you watch this movie, you'll be able to find out, but most of the Avengers ended up getting killed by Ultron, and only a select few of them still lived to, like, to like be a part of, like, the later years when they got older, and then, they're not as much as heroes anymore because they got older. And, Iron Man, pretty much the Avengers would banish their kids somewhere far away where Ultron wouldn't find them before they died, and Iron Man ended up raising them all like a father, and then, and all that. But you do get to see him dress up in his armor again, even after when he's already old, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Tony Stark's old in this film, so, even when you see his design, without his... Like, you're seeing him with the armor here, but if you see him without it, obviously he's got longer hair and the beard and everything. But yeah, Tony's old in this film. But yeah, it's kind of a cool movie, though. I actually really love this movie, honestly. I love this movie a lot. Next Avengers, Heroes of Tomorrow. I really actually enjoyed this movie a lot, so I own this on DVD as well. And honestly, I can watch this movie over and over and over again if I wanted to, because, I don't know, I really love this movie a lot. I really do for some reason. It's a pretty good little alternate timeline, if the future was to be for, the Avengers kids to become, the next generation heroes. But yeah, I'll give it a thumbs up, even though I know a lot of other people are probably going to maybe have other opinions because it's old man Tony Stark in this film, but still, doesn't matter.
Of course it's a trap. How else were we going to get you?
Yes! Actually, yes. I actually like, you know what? Crispin Freeman, honestly, when it comes to, like, people that are some of my favorite voice actors for Iron Man, in video games or animated series and all that, regardless, honestly, Crispin Freeman would actually have to be my second favorite. I know my number one favorite's going to be in here for sure, and that'll come up in a little bit. But Crispin Freeman would actually have to be my second favorite, even though this was his only time he ever voiced Iron Man in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. But his voice actually is really good. Like, I actually really love his voice as Iron Man a lot. Like, I can listen to his voice over and over and over again. And that's kind of one of the fewest reasons... Look, I love Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. That was a good game as well. Honestly, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 was actually better than the first Marvel Ultimate Alliance, in my opinion. Because the one thing that's good about this version of it is it went with the Captain America Civil War storyline, where Iron Man and Captain America split up in division, and then, heroes went with Cap's side and Iron Man's side, and, heroes battle it out. Because that's what happened in Captain America Civil War, the MCU in 2016. They split between Avengers, and there was a war going on between them. This is what this game was about. So pretty much this game kind of pretty much... made the Iron Man and Captain America rivalry storyline before it became official in the Marvel Cinematic Universe years later. So like I said, even though this was Crispin Freeman's only time ever voicing Iron Man, he really did a fantastic job. Like, I really enjoy his voice a lot. He's literally, like, my second favorite Iron Man voice actor. Like I said, my number one favorite's going to be up here, but he would be my second favorite. And it really would have been great if they could have brought him back somewhere to voice him, because I really do love his voice a lot. I can literally just listen to Crispin Freeman's Iron Man voice in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 over and over and over again. I really love it a lot. It's such a good voice. It really works very well. Like, tell me you wouldn't want to hear this guy voicing Iron Man in maybe future games and all that, if only if they went with him some more. Listen to this.
We didn't come here to arrest you, Cap. I talked S.H.I.E.L.D. into offering all of you a chance at amnesty.
Listen to that. That's such a good voice.
It's a trap. How else were we going to get you all in one place? We didn't come here to arrest you, Cap. I talked S.H.I.E.L.D. into offering all of you a chance at amnesty.
See, that's such a good voice. How would you not want to see this guy be Iron Man again in the future? It's just such a shame that this was his only time he ever voiced him. I really wish they could have brought him back, but it would be good if he does ever come back. Because Crispin Freeman really has a great voice. Like I said, he's my second favorite animated video game-wise voice for Iron Man. I really wish they could have hired him some more in later games and all that, because he just really has, like, he's just up there as one of my top favorites for when it comes to animated and video game-wise Iron Man. I just really love his voice a lot. That's kind of gives me a little bit of a more better reason, I guess, to like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 a little better because of the voice. But I just only love the game because I love it, period. And, as I said, I thought it was better than the first Marvel Ultimate Alliance game. But, I guess you could say if there was a few reasons on why I love it a little more, I guess you could say this. Because, I don't know, I just really enjoy it. It's just such a good voice. It just really sounds just very like Tony Stark and Iron Man. It just... and that voice changing with the little robotic sound under his helmet just really works so well too. It just works good. Honestly, I think it's almost just as good as my number one favorite pick for animated and video game wise Iron Man, which I know he's going to be in this video as I already said, and he'll come up later, and you'll probably see why too.
Look at all the stuff you keep.
Oh,
You save this stuff because
yeah.
it has value.
Even though that's an underrated series, that was actually a pretty underrated series, Iron Man Armored Adventures, but I enjoyed it though. I actually rented it on DVD when they used to have it at Family Video before it got shut down in 2020 because of the pandemic starting, but I rented it and the episodes were pretty good. I actually did enjoy it. I really would probably like to watch the series a little more if I was to. This was pretty good. I guess one of the fewest reasons why this is an underrated series is because this takes place in, like, I guess you could say an alternate timeline, because basically in this version, Iron Man is actually young. He's a teenager in this one. Tony Stark's actually a teenager in this, and so is his friends Rhodey as War Machine and Pepper Potts, so they're like teenagers in this version of the series. So I kind of don't really know what was the idea with them going with it, but still, it's still a good series in either way, even though other people I know are going to have other opinions on that, but it was kind of interesting. It just seemed a little interesting just seeing that, but it still was a good series overall, in my opinion. I really thought it was good. But yeah, this is underrated, and I'm sure a lot of people probably maybe... I mean, I don't know, I don't hear people talk about this, but I'm sure maybe there could be some other strong opinions on this series, because as I said, it's underrated, but I thought it was good for the time being, and I enjoyed it, so I definitely a thumbs up. It's just such a weird choice how they just decided to go with Tony Stark and his friends being teenagers in this one instead of being grown adult men like we all know him, so... I'm willing to believe this has to be an alternate time. Well, not an alternate timeline, but an alternate Earth. Because, like in Marvel and DC, there's alternate Earths, numbers of Earths that have alternate, like, versions of heroes and villains and stuff like that. And this is obviously an alternate Earth where Iron Man's young, as I said. But the story kind of still somewhat follows the same, but at the same time it doesn't, you know what I mean? Because, pretty much Tony's father, Robert, no, wait, what's his name again? What's his name again? What's his father's name? God, what is his name? Howard Stark? I don't know. Is it Howard Stark? I don't know. I'm trying to remember what Tony's father's name is again. Was it Howard Stark? I don't know. I can't remember. I really just can't remember. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. Yes, it is Howard Stark. Yeah, his father, Howard Stark. But yeah, his father, Howard Stark, dang it, what was I gonna say about him? Oh yeah, like usually I think in most times in the timelines when Iron Man's an adult, I think his father, Howard, is usually dead, I think. I don't know how he got killed, but he's usually dead. But, in other times, Howard Stark was even around when he, made the Captain America Super Soldier Serum to give him his new body, and all, but he dies, and all that stuff. But in this version of the series, Howard Stark is still alive, and I think he remains alive for the end of the series as well. And, honestly, when you look at Howard Stark, he looks more like adult Tony Stark than even Tony himself, because as I said, Tony's a teenager in this series. So when you look at Howard Stark, he would probably look more like adult Tony Stark, you know what I'm saying? But, never mind. Better move on. I keep talking too much. It's like 34 minutes in this video. I've been talking way too much. I'm so sorry. I know a lot of you guys don't like this one because I know a lot of people don't like the Superhero Squad show and all that because, it was just, that stuff was really for kids, that's why. Superhero Squad was really for kids, so, a lot of people didn't like this, A lot of people really do not like Superhero Squad. It's extremely underrated, but it was really just meant for kids. But even though, I mean, look, I do own it on DVD. I actually bought a DVD sample when I went to Dollar General one day, and I guess the episodes were okay, but didn't live up to the hype that much, you know what I mean? However, the video game is good. They do have a Marvel Superhero. I know I played it on my YouTube channel before. I know you've seen my playlist of me playing the whole story mode, and I know you remember me making my video early, my 2 videos earlier this year where I battled the entire roster of Superhero Squad with just Spider-Man to celebrate Spider-Man Day. So, but that game is fun though. I do like that game. And there's other games they made of Superhero Squad, but I think the original Wii game where it's just called Superhero Squad, you know, it doesn't really have any specific name for it. I thought that was good. They're probably not going to end up including it. Yeah, they're not going to include it. They're including the other versions of it. But still, that game was fun. And I guess the series is okay. Like I said, the series really didn't live up to the hype for a lot of people. A lot of people don't like the Superhero Squad, you know what I mean? It's very underrated, but I guess it's alright. But, you know, that stuff's really more like for kids, so I guess it's not really like my kind of thing either. But I know a lot of you are probably not going to like me for giving him credit for it, but I'll still at least go ahead and give Tom Kenny a thumbs up. Because he did alright, you know what I mean? His voice, even though, like I said, it's meant to be more friendly for the kids, which, you know, a lot of people will most likely give these guys a thumbs down, all the voice actors involved within the Superhero Squad stuff, because, you know, they're bad, because, you know, it's for kids, and a lot of people didn't like them, adult audience for that matter, but I'll still go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I know a lot of you guys are probably not going to like me for giving a thumbs up to Tom Kenny for Iron Man. Because, let's be honest, everybody loves him more as SpongeBob. I mean, Tom Kenny will always be SpongeBob SquarePants in the end. There's no doubt about that. But there's a few other voices that Tom Kenny's done before that he's actually done a good job in. I actually thought his voice for Spider-Man was actually okay when I checked out the Spider-Man voice comparison 3 times in a row. His voice for Spider-Man was actually alright. And I'm sure there's probably a few other voice roles he's done over the years, but obviously nothing can ever be compared to his SpongeBob SquarePants voice. He will always be SpongeBob SquarePants in the end, even when the series finally comes to an end. But like I said, there's a few other roles he's done good in, and even though I know a lot of you guys are going to disagree, but I thought he did okay as Iron Man for the time being, even though it was just for Superhero Squad, but never mind.
Stark voice log. Record.
Jason Griffith?
John Pellinger says the Iron Man suit is
okay.
a military application. I told him he was wrong. He's trying to decide if I was lying. It's used for extraordinary rescue and response situations. Hard to believe I can fit this into a briefcase.
Yeah, okay, that's actually not bad, honestly. That's actually not bad. It's not bad. I didn't even know Jason Griffith even voiced Iron Man. I actually have that on DVD. Like, for one time, I think it was to celebrate an anniversary of Marvel. It was either in Waxahachie. Yeah, I think it was at the Waxahachie one when I bought it. But I think they were celebrating, like, the Marvel... I think they were celebrating, like I said, I think it was an anniversary for Marvel, so they were, you know, putting DVDs on sales of, like, extremely rare, like, series and all that, and this was one of the series they had on DVD, Iron Man Extremis. And I did watch it, like, a few episodes, and honestly, I didn't really care about it, honestly, because I thought it was animation, but then it just turned out it was, like, storyboard animation, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it looked okay, but it just wasn't really what I expected, so I didn't really like it, honestly, but can't take back what you said, you know what I mean? But at least the voice is still okay, so I'll still definitely give credit to Jason Griffith for his voice of Iron Man. He did okay, so yes. Like I said, I didn't even know that was Jason Griffith, but that's cool to know. Obviously, I will always like Jason Griffith as Sonic the Hedgehog, because you already know that, you know, he was one of my favorites for Sonic the Hedgehog when I did the voice comparison for Sonic. He will always be Sonic the Hedgehog for me in the end, but he does a few other voice roles that are good too, and apparently he doesn't sound bad here as Iron Man. I think I remember he's done, I can't remember where else, but I think he's been involved in some of my other previous voice comparison reaction videos. I thought he did good as well, but in the end, I'm always going to love him best as Sonic the Hedgehog. I think I had Jason Griffith for a second voice that I loved as for him. I don't know, I can't remember. I think I mentioned it before. Didn't I say there was 2 voices I loved for Jason Griffith, and it was Sonic and someone else? I can't remember, but never mind. Oh, yes! This is who I was talking about earlier. When we went up to Freeman for his voice of Iron Man and Ultimate Alliance 2, he was my second favorite voice for animated Iron Man because of the whole voicing sounding for, like, that robotic voice and everything. I told you that there was my number 1 pick, had just as good of it as well, and this is the man right there. This is my number 1 favorite animated and video game-wise voice for Iron Man, Eric Loomis. That's a great series too. Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I mean, it's really technically called Earth's Mightiest Heroes Avengers, but whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. That's a great series. You know, honestly, this series rivals the MCU. You know, this was such a great series. The storytelling and all was very good that this series really actually rivals the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, it's the biggest rival that Marvel has with, like, you know, putting its live action series into like something against an animated series that was so good, because this was such a great animated series. It's an all-time classic. A lot of people love this so much. It's probably one of the best Avengers animated series of all time, and you know, this is always rivaling against the Marvel Cinematic Universe because of the storytelling that's being similar and different. So I'm sure there's probably going to be some people that are probably saying that this series is actually better than the Marvel Cinematic Universe because it's just better storytelling, because, you know, Marvel Cinematic Universe has been kind of getting a little sloppy recently lately with some of the characters, especially the Hulk, for example, since he's not as angry or as serious as he was when he was back in the early days, especially if you look back in the first Avengers film in 2012. Hulk was just the way we liked him, but until Avengers Endgame, they decided to turn Hulk into a cringeworthy by having Bruce Banner have control over him, and, you know, the face design looks more like Mark Ruffalo, the actor, and then, you know, it's Banner who has control over the Hulk, and then, you know, he's talking in Banner's voice, and, you know, Hulk's got complete control over him, and then he becomes, you know, Banner has control over the Hulk, and then, you know, he turns him into Professor Hulk, where he's acting more of his Banner personality than being the Hulk, despite him still being in Hulk form, which is very cringy. And a lot of people have been really criticizing over that, and, you know, even people have been really criticizing it even in the recent She-Hulk Attorney at Law, and Mark Ruffalo's Hulk's now starting to become underrated because of that. Because people loved him at first, but now that they've turned Hulk almost into like a joke, which is really upsetting a lot of fans and criticizing the Hulk in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, now the people are kind of up to the point that now Mark Ruffalo's Hulk is now kind of starting to become underrated, you know what I'm saying? So that's like one of the best examples on why like this version of the series is better than Marvel Cinematic Universe, is the way they treat the Hulk, and along with some other superheroes that aren't getting the proper treatment in the MCU compared to this series, Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. So, you know what I mean? Which is good, which is crazy, you know what I mean? But this is a great series. You know, honestly, I need to watch this whole series. I really honestly need to watch this whole entire series one day. I really need to. I do own it on DVD, but I only own Volume 1 and Volume 2, so pretty much Volume 1 and Volume 2 of Season 1. I think there's 2 seasons of this, I think it was only made into 2 seasons, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, but I need to watch this whole entire series. If I ever get it on DVD, or if I ever get a stream service that has the whole series, I really need to watch this whole entire series, because this is a great series. I could just watch this over and over again. I really love this series a lot. And this guy really, you know, for a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people would say that Eric Loomis's voice for Iron Man and Earth's Mightiest Heroes Avengers show, he pretty much does almost just as good of a voice as Robert Downey Jr., who we all know as the live-action Iron Man in the MCU. That's what I've heard a lot of people say. They say this guy's voice is almost just as good as Robert Downey Jr.'s voice, you know what I mean? And I can totally agree with that. And, you know, like I said, he's my number one favorite Iron Man voice for, you know, animated and video game wise. And as I said, that other guy from earlier, what was his name again? Hold on, I need to look back. Crispin Freeman. I thought he was good too, and he's my second favorite Iron Man voice actor, because both Eric Loomis and Crispin Freeman, their robotic voices just sound pretty good, you know. I mean, even when they talk in their regular human voices, when Iron Man's not wearing his armor and he's just Tony Stark, they both just sound really, really good, and even the personality-wise they brought to the characters was great too, and it just really, they both do just as good as Robert Downey Jr., you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's why Crispin Freeman is my second favorite, because he sounds almost just as good as Eric Loomis here. And, you know, he really could have been, you know, they really could have hired him some more, if only they just didn't go with the one-time only deal for him voicing him in Ultimate Alliance 2. They really should have kept going with Freeman, because he was great. Because he really was, you know, you really would have to agree with me. Crispin Freeman could have continued on if they would have, but they just didn't. But, you know, Eric Loomis does just as good as well, and apparently, and, you know, this actually isn't the only time he's ever voiced Iron Man, because that's another good thing about Generation West, is that he includes all the times that the same voice actor has voiced the character more than once. So you're about to see it when I press play, that he's going to include all the times Eric Loomis has voiced Iron Man, other than just this show, Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. But yes, definite thumbs up, double thumbs up for that matter. I should have given a double thumbs up to Crispin Freeman earlier, but double thumbs up to him too. Crispin Freeman and Eric Loomis are both my two number one, no, not number one, but my two favorite picks for animated and video game wise Iron Man. Look, listen to that. That picture is obviously based off Season 2 Iron Man, because he's got the triangle chest armor. Ah, yeah, and I forgot they made an Iron Man 2 game from the MCU, since this game is based off the MCU, but yeah, I forgot he voiced him in that game. Oh, and he voiced him in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Fate of Two Worlds.
Do you really want to go down this road, Fury? By the way, there's about 3 dozen...
Hey, listen to that voice, man. He really could sound almost just as good as Robert Downey Jr., that a lot of people would almost compare his voice to Robert Downey Jr.'s voice.
It's a wise man who knows when to hold off and take his time.
You know, if I have to be honest, I don't know what to feel about that, because I do know they did make a Marvel anime series. I don't know, are those Marvel animated things good or are they bad? Because, you know, anime is such a popular thing, especially when you got Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, but did it work for Marvel to go anime, though? Because I did see some videos on YouTube of just how crazy Wolverine looked in anime, and, you know, Spider-Man and all them, and they just... I don't know, they just look more like Dragon Ball and Naruto characters than they did with Marvel, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, they're anime, so it's supposed to be kind of like that, but... I don't know, it looked a little weird to me, to be honest, and I'm kind of really seriously doubting if this stuff worked or if it didn't, you know what I mean? So let me know if the comments down below, did this Marvel anime stuff work or did it not? Because I feel it didn't. I'm having a really strong belief that this did not work, but...
When to hold off and take his time and exploit his opponent's weakness. It's sort of like a team. Earth's mighty heroes.
That's him? Okay, yeah. Okay, that's the same guy who voices him in the Avengers Assemble series, but yeah. I was like, what is that? I don't even know if I remember that other thing he voiced him in. What was that? Marvel's Ultimate Spider-Man. Oh, okay, yeah, the Ultimate Spider-Man show. Yeah, the one where Drake Bell voiced him, yeah. Didn't even know that either.
It's sort of like a team.
But now that they show this too, I'm like, yeah, because Avengers Assemble, even though I only saw... When Family Video was around, they only put one DVD out of Avengers Assemble, and then, you know, the rest of the series didn't make it into Family Video on DVD, and, you know, you have to buy it and stuff. But Avengers Assembles was alright, even though I wouldn't say it's as good as the Earth's Mightiest Heroes Avengers show. But this series was actually not bad either. I did watch a few episodes. It looked like it'd be a good series to watch, so I probably wouldn't mind watching this as well, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Avengers Assemble was pretty good, and this guy, Adrian Pastor's voice really is actually pretty good too, so yeah, thumbs up for him for his Iron Man.
Let's do a head count here. There's me.
Hulk and the Agents of Smash.
The Prince of Thunder.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Phineas and Ferb Mission to Marvel. You know what? I should have thought about that, because you know what? Yeah, that was him that voiced Iron Man in this episode. I don't know why. I just forgot about this. This isn't the only episode I saw of Phineas and Ferb, but this was really the only reason why I saw this episode of Phineas and Ferb, because of the Marvel superheroes in this one. That's the only reason why I bought this. Like, it was on DVD and Family Video, and that's the only reason why I rented it, just to see this episode, because it's just Marvel, you know what I'm saying? It was just the Marvel superheroes. But Phineas and Ferb was a pretty big hit back then, though, too. But yeah, but never mind.
A few super spies. And the new guy.
Oh, and Lego Marvel Superheroes as well? Wow, I didn't know that.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, hey, that was a good game too, actually. Lego Marvel Superheroes. I have it on the Wii U. It's actually on the Nintendo Switch as well, but I'm not sure if I'd be interested in getting it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've already played it and completed it on the Wii U, so I'm not sure if I'm interested in wanting to do it again for the Switch. I don't think I'm going to, but it's okay, you know, it's no big deal, but that was a good game, though. It was a good game. Lego Marvel Superheroes 1, that was a good game. Honestly, I thought Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 was better, in my opinion, to be fair, but yeah. But yeah, I forgot it. I didn't even know he was the same voice actor for that as well. I guess I should have been listening out for the voice sounding similar in Lego Marvel Superheroes 1, and then, you know, Phineas and Ferb, and then Avengers Assemble. I should have thought about that. Maybe I should have assumed then, but I just don't keep up with this stuff a lot nowadays, so I just don't know who's already voiced them more than once and whatnot. Unless if I looked in the end credits, I wouldn't be able to know.
Yeah, we have a Hulk.
I actually saw that movie, Maximum Overlord, on Netflix. Didn't really care, honestly.
Make your move.
I really honestly didn't care about that movie, Maximum Overlord. It was just a short film. It wasn't even really a full movie, but I actually did and I saw that movie before too. I only saw that once, that was it. I only saw that movie once, Iron Man and Hulk Heroes United. I don't know if I would say that's a good movie. I feel like a lot of people... I'm probably going to guess that movie didn't really work either, because I don't hear people talk about this either, but I did see that movie once, though. But yeah, I'm sure it didn't really live up to the hype, though. I'm just guessing.
Make your move. Hey, I was just getting warmed up.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, Chris
Hilarious.
Cox.
I'm sending you the bill. You're doing a bang-up job proving your innocence.
Noah North, too? Wow, yes. Wow, Chris Cox and Noah North, they both impressed me. Wow, they both have good voices. That's the only time they ever voiced their characters in those two respective games they voiced them in, but yeah. Wow, I'm surprised with Chris Cox and Noah North's voices. Both thumbs up to both of them. I think I know Chris Cox. I think he's the guy who voices Terminator, I think. Yeah, I think he's the voice actor for the Terminator in Mortal Kombat 11. Yeah, I think he was. I think he did. Yeah, he voiced him in Mortal Kombat 11, and he ends up being the yeah, because people were questioning because when Terminator was revealed as a DLC in Mortal Kombat 11, there was fans concerned over whether or not if it was the voice. When he was revealed in the trailer for the YouTube video, when they revealed his gameplay trailer, there was a question of whether or not if it was Arnold Schwarzenegger voicing his character or not, but they confirmed on Google when I searched that question up that Arnold Schwarzenegger unfortunately did not actually voice the Terminator in Mortal Kombat 11, despite the character looking like him, especially when he looks in older form with the beard. But however, Arnold did get to voice his... No, excuse me, sorry. Arnold Schwarzenegger did get to choose his voice actor to voice his character in Mortal Kombat 11. So, Mortal Kombat 11, NetherRealm Studios or Ed Boon got to allow Schwarzenegger himself to handpick his voice actor to voice his character in Mortal Kombat 11, and he ended up choosing Chris Cox, which is pretty good because Chris Cox really did pretty good because he's that good because, a lot of people he really did fool a lot of people thinking it was Arnold Schwarzenegger. So, for him to be that good enough to sound like him is what's an accomplishment. So... But I think it was him. I think it was Chris Cox that voiced Terminator in Mortal Kombat 11. Yeah, it was. So, yeah, I don't keep up with Chris Cox too much, so I wouldn't know what my favorite voice role was for him, but I know he's done a few other voice roles before, too. But, yeah, he sounded pretty good as Iron Man did, though, and so did Noah North. Noah North is actually a really good voice actor. Honestly, Noah North is one of those voice actors that can nail almost any role, you know what I'm saying? Because Noah North has been involved in quite a few of my voice comparison reaction videos in the past. Like, he done Spider-Man, he did... Wait, did he voice Spider-Man? I can't remember. No, I think he did. And he's done some other characters, too, but obviously my two favorite roles of all time my three all-time favorite roles of Noah North will always be Deadpool, Superboy from Young Justice, and the Krang from the 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show. Those are my three absolute top three favorite roles for Noah North. But there's a few others he's done that was pretty good too. You heard his Iron Man voice was actually really good. It's like almost any role that Noah North is given, he can do really good with, you know what I'm saying? Just can't seem to not do good as him, you know what I mean? That's crazy. He got to voice Iron Man too. Oh, excuse me. This is making me tired. I really need to hurry wrap this up. It's only this video has been going on for 52 minutes, and this is a very short video, being 5 minutes, and I've been making this video last for an hour? Jesus Christ, what have I been doing? Usually when I have something to say about a character, I don't usually go on this long. I'm surprised this is only a 5-minute video, and I've been rambling on, talking for a long, long time, so... Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for this video going on for a long time. I know a lot of you are probably going to be upset with me after this video is over, because I've been making this video go on for 53 minutes now, and this is only a 5-minute video. I'm really sorry, y'all. But, never mind, let's just continue.
Strange kid. His armor was strange. It was very advanced. Don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it. It was techno-organic. More advanced than anything
Okay,
of mine.
sure. Now, actually... Although that was the end of the video, that's not it yet, because I found out that because Behemoth89 also made an Iron Man voice comparison, and he has a little bit more on his channel, on his video, than here in Generation West. He's got a few others that weren't included in this video, so before we wrap this up, I'm going to check out the guys that weren't included in this video that's in Behemoth89, so pretty much we're reacting to both Generation West and Behemoth89's voice comparisons for Iron Man, so let's move on to Behemoth89's video, shall we? Okay, here we are, guys, we're at Behemoth89's video, so let's check out the voices for Iron Man that wasn't included in Generation West's video that Behemoth89 here has on his video, and then once I get to all those guys, it'll be done. I know a lot of you guys are probably really upset with me right now for the fact that this video has been going on for 54 minutes, and that video at Generation West was only a 5-minute video, and I lasted it for like longer than ever, so I'm really sorry. I know a lot of you guys are going to be super upset with me, and probably chances are this video is probably going to get disliked because I've been talking way too much. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. just gotta understand I'm autistic and all that, and I just have lots of things to say. So if you guys didn't know, I have autism, so you know, autistic people do like to say stuff and all, and I'm like that. So please don't kill me too much for this. I'm really, really sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I will apologize. But anyway, let's just get this out of the way.
Who's good now? You again. Don't you ever learn? Good riddance. Oh, I think we both know how that'll end.
600 innocents lost their lives in Stanford, Steve, all because of reckless attempts at superheroics. Can I count on your support of the Superhuman Registration Act?
Sure, that's a good voice, although it's very weird. The fact that he's voicing him in a pinball game, that's kind of weird, but whatever. Like I said, I'm trying to find all the ones that weren't included in the video, so hold on. Was this guy included?
Whoopsie.
Yeah, he was included. Okay, I was just trying to make sure, sorry. I don't want to leave anybody out that wasn't in Generation West's video. Okay, here's another one that wasn't included.
We'll find out unless we try, Jarvis. Dummy, you're on fire detail, okay? No, dummy. Only if I'm actually on fire, okay?
Yeah. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. But yeah, that's good. Ari Ross, his voice is good.
Yes, great. Sir, there is a potentially fatal buildup of ice occurring. Okay, that's...
Anyway, next. Okay, who else was not included? Okay, all these guys that are down here, I think, are the ones that weren't included, I think. Yeah, I think it's all these rest of these guys. All the guys that are that come after Matt Mercer. All the guys that are after Matt Mercer are the guys that weren't in Generation West's video, so let's go here and react to the rest of these guys.
Miss Cersei, can I have a word with you? Obviously, I appreciate your assistance here tonight. I should point out, though, that as a former Avenger, it's your duty to get registered or to face any potential consequences.
But I'm not a former Avenger.
You're saying there's no such thing as a former Avenger? All the more reason.
Yeah,
I'm saying
okay.
I'm
Kirby
not a
Marvel.
superhero.
Kirby Marvel's got a good voice.
I don't
Sure.
have any special powers, and I've
Never heard of that, though. Marvel Eternals. Oh, actually, well, I have heard of it. I know they made a live-action movie of it, but I guess I wasn't aware they made an anime series of it.
No rubble required. Reptile, come here. What are you doing? Shh, it's a surprise, don't ruin it. Kid, bust out your best dino head. Okay. Tell me you didn't use my private bathroom again.
Okay. Mick Wingrit. Mick Wingrit's good.
Candy? Hulk, that's not shampoo.
The animation kind of reminds me of the Avengers Assemble series, but that's not bad. Mick Wingrit, I'll give him credit. That's a good voice.
I didn't. I just wanted to see what would happen.
Like I said, I need to hurry.
Less gamey, too, Pigpen. Okay, you ready to go throw
Brian
down with something
Drummond,
with a pulse? An opponent worthy of your skills?
Oh, wait, don't tell me. Worthy of my skills. Red Skull, Loki, Thanos?
Yeah, no. That's about all you can handle.
Is that Spider-Man?
Batroc is a criminal mastermind. He went toe-to-toe with Cap, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Another good one. I remember in one video, I had a comment that was commented in one of my previous videos not too long ago in one of my previous voice comparisons. Someone commented me because I asked the question if whether or not Brian Drummond was related to Ryan Drummond, who I like as Sonic the Hedgehog as well. Because, you know, I talked about earlier in this video how I like Jason Griffith as Sonic the Hedgehog, and then Brian Drummond was... I think he was in my Knuckles voice comparison. Yeah, Brian Drummond was in my Knuckles voice comparison video, and I asked if he was related to Ryan Drummond, and the guy in the comment... replied, he commented below a video saying, no, they're not related, so thank you for answering that question, because I couldn't tell, because just the last names, it's just confusing, so I didn't know, but thank you for reminding me, whoever that guy was, whatever your name was again, that sent me the comment that told me Brian Drummond wasn't related to Ryan Drummond, if you're watching this video, but anyway, let's continue on.
Look, kid,
But yes,
I'll be
thumbs up to
honest.
Brian Drummond for
You got
Iron Man,
skill,
by the way.
and you got talent.
Not a bad
You know what's missing?
good voice.
You leap before you think.
So yeah, most of these guys so far have been doing pretty
Nice.
good. Some of
I see
them
what you
have
did
been a
there.
little... There was a few that was maybes, and then there was some that wasn't that good. What the heck? Okay, I need to go back. That was too short.
Nice. I see what you did there.
I need to go back. That was really short.
Looks like it's stuck.
Maybe. That was... I mean, like I said, that was short, but I guess maybe.
Welcome, Wasp. Enjoy the spread.
Yes.
Thanks to your...
I was just already talking about that earlier. I love Lego Marvel Super Heroes 2. That's a good game. I like that better than the first Lego Marvel Super Heroes game. So, yes. John Schwibbit, or however you say his name, yes. thumbs up for his voice. Although I didn't like the design for Iron Man and Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, you know, when they gave him a new helmet and all that, I didn't like the helmet, though, I will admit that. I didn't like the armor and the helmet they gave him, because it just didn't look like Robert Downey Jr.'s helmet, because this helmet looks more like Robert Downey Jr.'s, but at least it's good that in Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 you can unlock an alternate armor for Iron Man, where he's got the more Robert Downey Jr.-like helmet, which is good. The armor pretty much resembles, like, the alternate armor you can unlock for Iron Man in Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 is basically like his armor that he wore in Spider-Man Homecoming. So it's good that, you know, at least you can unlock the armor that includes the Robert Downey Jr. helmet, because I didn't like the new, you know, helmet that they gave him in this game. I was like, yeah, I don't like it. I like the original one better with Robert Downey Jr.-like look. Josh Keaton? Holy crap, I didn't even know he was Iron Man at one point.
A little late, don't you think? Friday, suit up, now!
But yeah, I did hear about this game. This is a recent game, kind of. They're still selling that in Walmart. Well, they were actually out today when we went to Walmart, but they are still selling it. Like, I remember not too long ago, a few days ago, they were still having that on sale in Walmart, the virtual reality Iron Man game.
Moscow is inbound, 10 o'clock.
So much for a hero's welcome.
I haven't heard a lot of views about it, or haven't heard a lot of people talking about it, but I'm sure if I was to ask people, they probably would say this is a good game. This kind of looks like a fun game, so yeah. I didn't even know Josh Keaton was the man who voiced him, but you know what? He actually has a good voice too, so yes. You already know that I always will love Josh Keaton as Spider-Man. He is my #1 favorite Spider-Man voice actor for animated video game-wise, period. You already know that, especially when it comes to the Spectacular Spider-Man show. So if you guys have already seen my previous videos and you already know who I love Josh Keaton as the most as my #1 favorite pick. But there's other roles that he did pretty good in too. I will admit that though. But Spider-Man will always be my favorite voice role for him. But even those others he's done good in, and Iron Man, apparently he's proven he can do good as Iron Man. So yeah. Alright, now that's everybody. That's everybody. Sad that for some reason in both videos they didn't include Robert Downey Jr. I'm just realizing that now. For some reason they didn't include Robert Downey Jr. in both Behelit 89 or Generation West's video, which I find that very disrespectful in my opinion. I think that's unacceptable. They should not have, you know, left out Robert Downey Jr. Because come on, he's Iron Man, bro. He's the one true Iron Man. You should have included Robert Downey Jr. either in your video, Behelit 89, or Generation West should have. I don't know why they didn't include Robert Downey Jr. Especially, well, before Behelit 89, it's understandable because he only does animated voices, but Generation West includes even live-action people as well, so why didn't Generation West include Robert Downey Jr. in his video? That's just upsettable, honestly. I'm sure a lot of other people that saw this video were probably upset that they didn't include that Generation West, or for a lot of people that watched Generation West's Iron Man voice comparison, I'm sure a lot of people were probably upset that he didn't include Robert Downey Jr. He should have. Because, come on, Robert Downey Jr., man, he's freaking Tony Stark. He's Iron Man. Marvel Cinematic Universe, man. You gotta have to include him, man, but sadly enough, he didn't. So, unfortunately, Robert Downey Jr. was not in the video, but obviously, you already knew that he was going to be my only favorite pick for live-action Iron Man anyway, so whether he's included in the video or not, you already know who my favorite live-action Tony Stark Iron Man is. It's Robert Downey Jr. I mean, come on. He is Iron Man. He is Tony Stark. Like, there's nothing that you can't say against Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. So, yeah, 3 picks for Iron Man. So, I have 3 picks for Iron Man. Obviously, my only one favorite, as I said, my only live-action favorite Iron Man is Robert Downey Jr., and then for my 2 favorite picks for animated-wise and video game-wise Iron Man is Crispin Freeman and Eric Loomis. They're my 2 favorites. So, in total, that's 3. Robert Downey Jr., Eric Loomis, and Crispin Freeman. They're my 3 favorites for Iron Man. So, and once again, I am so sorry that this video went up to an hour long. I know I shouldn't have not have talked as long as I did because, you know, Generation West's video was only 5 minutes long and I kept talking for numbers and numbers of minutes over certain people. I'm really, really sorry. So, ladies and gentlemen, please do not kill me and please do not get on to me for so much times that I talked in this video. I'm really, really sorry. So, please do not kill me for this. I apologize regardless. And whenever I make another reaction video to voice comparison, I will try my best to not talk as much as I did here because a lot of people are going to be very upset if I keep doing this. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are upset with me right now. And chances are this video is going to probably get thumbs downs because of my talking. But I'm so sorry, okay? Once again, I'm autistic and, you know, I just can't help myself but have a lot to say sometimes, so please don't kill me. But Anyway, my 3 picks are in, so now that the video is over, now it's time for y'all to decide on who are your favorite picks for Iron Man, or who's your favorite pick for Iron Man, and leave it down in the comment down below. So leave a comment down below and even start a conversation on who y'all like as Iron Man. And yeah, there's not really much else left to be said. I'm obviously getting tired. I've been talking for too long. It's already about to be 12. I've been talking for a whole hour, or made this video for a whole hour like when I shouldn't have. So I'm really sorry that this video took longer than expected, guys. I know a lot of you are going to be really upset with me, and y'all are disliking the video, but once again, I really still apologize. I just cannot help have so much to say sometimes. But don't worry, when I do my next reaction voice comparison video, I will do my best to not talk as much as I did here, because obviously if I keep doing this in the future, whenever I do voice comparison reaction videos, a lot of people are really not going to appreciate it, and they're probably going to criticize me and all that over me talking so much. But I really will do my best next time to not talk so much. So once again, I'm really sorry. But still, regardless, I hope you enjoyed this video. And don't forget to share this with your friends to get their opinions on who they love as Iron Man as well. So that's all I have left to say, ladies and gentlemen. It's 11:57. Need to go ahead and get to bed. It's already about to be midnight, so I better go ahead and brush my teeth and just head to bed. I'm going to turn my fan back on because it's about to be time for me to go to bed. So I'm done, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully tomorrow, whenever I come home from college, I'll make more videos, since there was more videos I was going to plan on doing today, but this was the only video that I had time for. So there'll be some more voice comparison videos coming up real soon, so stay tuned for those videos. And I will do my best not to talk as much as I did here, so just please trust me and believe me, ladies and gentlemen. This video is going to take a long time to upload on YouTube because it went up to an hour, so this video is probably going to be uploading all night long. But anyway, I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. That'll be it for today, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Dislike, give it a thumbs down. Join me next time for the next video. To all you boys, men, and gals out there, fist bumps good to all of you. To all the girls, ladies, and women out there, mwah. To all of you. But until then, this is Joe Flash signing off, and have a good day. Good night.